see all this.
Do you have any questions before we begin?
Um, hmm. No, nothing that I had off the top of my
No.
head.
All right. If you get any questions at any point, just let me know, or you don't understand something, just let me know.
Sounds good.
All
Appreciate the
right.
follow, Harper.
So
Thank you very much.
I will do a lot of skipping forward and backwards. You might have to bear with me because I'm used to it being 5 seconds, not 10.
Yeah, no problem, man.
So you buy classic double satchel.
Hmm.
What do you buy the double satchel for on defense?
Um, I have played a lot of Rays, and I use a lot of inspiration from a pro player in. I'm not exactly sure where he's from, but
Jim?
no, his name's Ray 4C.
Ray 4C. Yeah, I've actually seen him in person. He went to the same LAN tournament that I went to.
Oh, really? Eh?
Red Bull. Yeah, he won it.
Wow,
His movement's crazy.
his
You playing
movement's
Judge.
insane, bro.
Yeah, crazy. So, but what is the because like obviously on defense, like I just want to see like where you're at and what sort of plan you have around your util and what your common play is because I personally don't think it's the best buy. I'd like to see a boom bot. I think it's really good, especially for a lot of retake scenarios on pistol, and it's really like way more annoying to shoot on pistol. But if you've got a good reason why you want the double satchel, then
Yeah.
I'm all ears. But it doesn't strike me as this round like you're trying to be that aggressive off the rip, which
No.
makes you think like it's unlikely that you're going to be using the double satchels unless like especially on B site, it's very difficult to double satchel retake on that bomb site. If you were playing B and you were coming to A, you could argue maybe you're double satching out heaven or something like that, and it'd be a lot stronger. But I would personally say the boombot's better based on the scenario that you're going to be in, because you're probably gonna if they hit A here, like I think they are, you're probably gonna get smoked off here, and having the boombot to spam off when they're trying to like plant the bomb or whatever, like even to just get chip damage on the planter, like go right in the smoke, put the boombot through and just burst, like where you hear the plant, probably gonna kill the guy planting. He's not gonna be able to get off the bomb and shoot it quick enough. Um, all great, like or if they go in hookah, you got the boombot to open the door and fight with. Again, like I see a lot of options for this specific map for you to get a boombot, but yeah.
I like that
But,
actually. Like a good thought process. My thought process is with double satchels on defense, you can kind of
mhm.
use them like mini grenades, and after you nade, you can throw a satchel at the choke point, wait for them to walk into it, pop, hit them for 50 damage, and displace them at the same time. So you can kind of peek off the satchel.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I'm intrigued to see if that's what happens here, how that plays out. But it's just good to. I just would like to quiz you, just see if you have an idea for them. Because if you said, "Oh, I've got no idea what I want to do with them," then I'd be like, maybe definitely buy the boombot next time. But
No
we'll take a
comment.
little
That's
look.
crazy. Hey, lots.
You see this nade? I think that on pistol, if you were against a Sky or a Sova and you anticipated a dog, I would say that's a good nade. Against this comp, I would say that you don't need to throw that nade and you could save it for a lot better stuff. Like, it's not going to do that much damage. They're going to run away from it very easily. And but if you were doing it to make sure that their dog or drone doesn't get value, I'd say it's a way better like choice. Like it's a good choice. But in this game, I wouldn't choose this. I don't know if you actually
Hey,
throw it or
lots.
not. Throw a different one. This is a bad nade. The actual position's good, but you don't want to throw the nade until the first player is out. The reason being is that you're like, although you're stalling them with this nade, it could have a lot more value in terms of using it to isolate a fight. So what happens here is if you let the first guy come out, they're committed, right? And I doubt he has a Yori TP behind him. He's probably going to TP in. But once someone's in, they're going to feel very guilty about trying to help. So all you need to do is just nade off behind so the other people can't come out of the choke and fight the guy isolated, take the 5v4 that you get, and then deal with whatever you want to do. But
Mm.
here you're stopping them coming out. but that's not really what you want. Like that's like a good choice, but that's nowhere near the best choice, if that makes sense.
Yep, totally. Rain is in, Rain. Yeah, lots.
I'd also say like you're playing against a Yoru here, and you probably anticipate that they have a flash of some kind, or at least you should respect the fact that they could, and you're playing fully open to the smoke. You're not. I know they don't flash here, but like that's how you should like be approaching this. And you should be anti-flash. You should either be tucked here or just sit in the smoke and play out the smoke. You told me about the satchels to actually like displace them and fight whatever you wanted to do. But then here you just take the. I know you're holding the smoke, but like you don't use the satchels here, and you're gonna die without using them at
Rain
all.
is in. Yeah, lots.
And it's like this is what I was sort of talking about with like if you use your U2 a little bit, like don't use it so fast and think a little bit more into it, and just sort of like when you're watching back your own game, sort of like play out different scenarios in your head of what could have happened here when you're analyzing. I think you could work out like a lot of better choices here that could be made. And I also don't feel like you're making decisions based on the comp that you're playing against. Like had they not had a flash here, I think what you were doing was fine. The other thing, sorry, I'm talking about a lot of stuff here, is in general, you don't want to hold, like when you don't have to, you don't want to hold like both choke points of the smoke, you know? Like you either hold here and you tuck so you're isolated to this, or you hold like back to the right so that you hold only this bit and you're isolated from this.
Right.
That way you don't have this scenario where you have to hit this flick and then you can see the tension in your aim because you're not ready for this fight. You don't, this isn't what you wanted to happen. You're trying so hard to kill the Yoru that like as soon as you move on to the Reina, it's so like yeah, I mean you can't really see it actually in slow motion. I'll put it in full speed. You'll see. Like it's so shaky and tense, and it's tension normally comes when you're not like ready for something. And it's very obvious here you weren't like ready for this. And
Yeah,
it's those hard shakes, and you don't want any of that if you can help it. Um do you have any questions about that, or does that make sense?
that makes perfect sense. One thing I did forget to ask, actually.
Mhm.
Um, I've worked with like five different coaches now, and
Yeah, yeah.
none of them have taken notes. So
Mm-hmm.
I know it might be a lot to
Oh
ask,
dear.
but
It's
is
not a lot to ask. I always do it. I'll do a recap for you off the top of my head, but where I'm on my laptop, I can't. I don't have to. I'd have to like tab out and then go in, and because it's on what's it called? It's on the laptop. When I go back and forth, um, what's it called? It's very difficult to do it. I normally always do notes in my sessions. However, I will do a recap for you of the key points, um, if that's okay with you
that's
at the
perfect.
end.
That's perfect.
I normally do notes, but as I said, like where it's on my laptop, the session's going to be a bit more scuffed than usual, so I do apologize.
No, no, that's no problem. I appreciate that. That's perfect. That's all I was hoping for. And it's just like the essential key points, the major things that you notice. It doesn't need to be nitty gritty. Like I'm not, you know what I
No,
mean?
no, that's I normally do it like at the end, like I'm not gonna. So you've got this VOD, right, to watch back in your own time and to learn from stuff like that. But I'm not gonna type out every single point for you to focus on. I'm gonna give
Hmm.
you at the end the things that I think are gonna make the biggest difference
Yep.
short term,
Yep.
the things that I think you should be isolating as early as possible, and go from there. But the fact you don't get notes normally is diabolical. I'm
I
just gonna.
thought so too, honestly. But yeah,
That's poor.
that's exactly what I was hoping for, by the way. It's just like the
Um,
essential things to work on.
Yeah, that's all right. No worries. Second thing here, I don't know if it's going to be a trend, but I'm calling it out early. Is you're playing a duelist. Obviously, you want to. I know Raze is sort of like a pseudo initiator. You could say, but you're playing a short 2 out of 2 rounds so far. I'm worried that I'm potentially going to see you play a short like way too frequently, and you're not going to play like a big playmaker. And that's the kind of role that I'd want to see. Also, this jump spot is kind of pointless because what's happening is like I wish I could do like the demonstration with fallow plant. Let me see if I can if I go on here. Let me try and do Valley Plant because I want to show you something. Okay, so ignore the map, ignore all of this stuff. If you imagine, like, let me make it a normal line. So you imagine just something stupid like this, right? This is like, we'll put A here, right? So this is like if they know, what's it called? If they know about where you are, right? So A being the top and B being like they don't know where you are. You're way more likely to. I've done this the wrong way around, but it doesn't even matter. You're basically way more likely to get away with a play and find value if you're closer to this point. You know, like if they know where you are, your likelihood of success, like this one is success, by the way. I've done it inverse, which is stupid, but so if they know where you are, your likelihood of success is like here. And then if they don't know where you are, your likelihood of success is down here. You know, so basically all I'm trying to say in a crazy way of saying it is the less they know about you, the more likely you're going to have success. So
Right.
if I explain it simply, so when you're jump spotting, you're giving away so much info for no real reason. Like if they come A short here, you're going to know about it. They're going to use U2. They're going to make noise. They're going to swing. They're going to do something. It's very unlikely. I can't remember the last time I saw a 5-man contact, especially against Eco in a ranked game.
Yeah.
I've never seen that. I don't think. And you want to have these options because the higher elo you get, the more they're going to be like, okay, I'm seeing a raise here. What possibilities can raise do? What plays does raise have here? Have you ever played Phoenix?
Yep.
You know, even in any elo, when you play Phoenix and you get seen, people go anti-flash. People are ready. People are ready to turn. They know that's the play that you're going to make. The same thing happens on other characters. So value your information a lot more. Like you want to be getting like a peek off. You know, like you hear them, you peek into them, you punish them, satchel away. But here you're just jump spotting. You're just going to chuck an aid at them, and you're going to get no value compared to what you could be getting.
Right.
Here again, same concept as the pistol round. So they're not in hookah. This guy's fighting. They put a camera. I understand why you want to go through them. Let the guy go into hookah. Let your teammate get the first contact and punish the people behind. Here you get no value again, and it's the exact same scenario 2 times in a row. And it works really well, especially if your teammate even gets the entry.
Yeah. Yeah. Wait for Jet to make contact.
Yeah. Just let. It's not even. It's just let the guy. Let one of them get in the choke point, like deep, and try and kill the other guys. Don't try and kill the entry.
Right.
Nothing there. Like the Seeker is fine. So this is 3 out of 3 rounds. You're fighting a short. You missed an opportunity there, to be honest. You had this. You knew they were in a short. Just go for this peak before the smoke comes up, and you know, even if it's just a pre-fire, like just a little spam, do that damage and then reposition. You're giving yourself like one shot to make value in the round. Like you've picked this position, top truck. Okay, I'm gonna play there. I can't really move here, and now you're just sitting here until you get forced off it. But like you shouldn't think of it like that. You can do so many different things, and as a duelist, you need to have this in your locker. You need to be able to, okay, I'm going to peek into short, then I'm going to drop down in hookah, and I'm going to peek from this angle while they're thinking that I'm up top truck. Or I'm going to go off here, and then I'm going to go double up with my teammate in showers, and I'm going to fight. Like I'm going to isolate the showers choke point rather than short choke point, because obviously blind has 2 entry points. So if you let them all collectively come out of these 2 points, then what's going to happen is you've got 5 players in such a small place. But if normally when people execute A, they'll do like 4-1 or 3-2 or something like that. So if you get value here and you stop them coming out short, what happens is the showers guys get this feeling of like guilt, and they want to speed up and take the space because they don't want to be called baiting or whatever it might be, or they don't want their teammates to die and lose the round. So you can just drop down here after fighting short and go in showers and fight those guys. But you're restricting yourself to one chance, and here you're not even going to get it because they just util dump you and prowler you, and now you have to get off anyway.
Right.
So now you're doing exactly what I said, but you missed one or two opportunities to get extra value.
Yeah, I see your point for sure. So do you think that goes
Good
back
question.
to being um, just more proactive and having like a plan A, plan B for the round? Like, okay, if they come A, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this chance and then reposition quick and take another chance here. Is that
Yeah,
usually
you
in the
just
back of your
you
head?
want to like you want to have some protocols like just in your head, like mini ones. They don't have to be complicated. You don't need to be generational super brain to have it. It's just like okay, like so the one where the your teammate was going to smoke and they made noise on short. That's not something I'd have a protocol for. I'd say that's initiative. But then after you get that contact, where what you're going to do after that, that's the stuff that you want to have planned in your head.
Right.
And obviously, like you can overrule them. The faster you get at like thinking and decision making, the quicker you can overrule them and change your plan because you don't have to stick to those plans. But to begin with learning that skill, you need to have something in your head because
Right.
you're basically playing in the moment. But you don't want to. It's like you're really stiff, and you don't want that. You want to
Yeah.
be like always having that plan.
That makes sense.
Here, so it's good crosshair placement, like in the end. Uh, but there was like quite a few times in this build up where your crosshair placement was bad. You want to keep it so when you killed the player, it was like this width from the wall, which is perfect, right? Like that's it. By the time that they swing, you're going to react and you're not going to have to adjust very much. But then you move it like into the wall here, tight to the wall, good crosshair placement right now. Then you move it in too tight, and then you widen it just before they peak, which is perfect, which helps you. But you need to keep that width the whole time. So
Okay.
when you're going, unless you're going to look into the wall and you're literally getting ready to swing someone, that's different. All the other times you need to have that same width because then you're training that reaction time and that's the comfy like point for you. But you got lucky there that you didn't have to micro adjust because you fixed your crosshair placement like just before they peaked.
Right.
So just be aware of that. Also here, you've punished the first person coming in and then you fight like even deeper, like make them don't play so aggressive. Like after this kill, come back to this corner, chuck your satchel here on the doorway so that if the person tries to peek you, you can satchel them and peek into them again, right? But here you're chucking all this util at the same choke point, and you don't need to do any of this. You don't want to like stay in the same place. You want to slowly like peel back and make them overextend, because the more one person overextends, the easier it's going to be to isolate them. But you ended up like forcing this position so hard that you end up missing an option to fight with Clove. You end up going and peeking in the open here. Like anyone could just be holding you because this is where they're expecting you, and they didn't push you, so the only other choice is to hold you. And you end up doing all of this stuff. But you need to like fix your brain to slowly peel back, like step by step, and make them have to really like burn your U2 out. Like you could have just fell off to here, like hookah, thrown the satchel, realize okay, no one's peeked me. Now I've got boombot. I can just put my boombot wherever I want after that. But you use both of them with no value.
Right.
Does this make sense? Or
Yeah. Yeah. The idea of just like peeling back and forcing them
just
into
min max a little
overextension.
bit better.
Sorry?
That's all you gotta do. Just min max a little bit better. Like make them work for all the pieces of your util.
Right.
Value it a little bit more.
Gotcha. Okay.
Here's just bad crosshair placement the whole way through, to be honest. Um, if I show you, I try not to slow it down. So in the wall, 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 still in the wall. It's too tight. In the wall, in the wall, in the wall. Then you have to do this flick, and
Right.
you have to and you miss and then adjust. If you had kept your crosshair where it was when you killed the clove, that width of the wall, you would have benefited so much more This fight would have been so easy because you wouldn't have had to do this big adjustment. And the time that you're about to spend here adjusting should be the time that you're spending shooting. If
Yeah,
this player was good and this player like had discipline to stop after this first shot and then readjust and move, they would have probably killed you here because you don't get to insta kill this guy. You have to flick. You may be moving because he's had so much time to react to you peeking and stopping. Because once you stopped, then you adjusted. That he's actually got shots off here. This guy should have been dead to rights. This guy should have had no chance at killing you unless you spray transferred. But it took so long, even though it wouldn't have felt like it in the moment, because your crosshair placement was like really bad.
right. It really put it into perspective when you paused, and I could see
Hmm.
the cipher fully in front of me, and my crosshair's still on the box.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, um, I mean, that's all it takes. You just need your eyes opened once, and it's really easy. Like you're gonna feel like you don't have hands for like the next 2 days of rank because you're basically like every player that I coach ever relying on micro on flicks a lot without even realizing how much you're relying on them. So when you actually learn good crosshair placement, you're like, whoa, what do I do? Like I don't have to flick as hard now, and it's like really uncomfortable. So expect that 1 to 2 day adjustment period where you're like handless. It might not be that way, but just be prepared for it.
Right. So it seems like I'm just holding way too close to the wall when I'm peeking.
Way too tight. It's like as well when you it's not wide enough either. Like your cross is in the wall so much when it shouldn't be.
Yeah,
It's a very small amount of time it should be in the wall.
got it. Again, a short. Look at me go.
Yeah, yeah. 4 out of 4 times.
Yeah.
It's good. That's the type of that's what I want you to. That's what I want to see. You know, the little peaks. Like even though you didn't see them, just the pre-fires, because you're giving yourself so many chances to find value. Here, in my opinion, you never needed to satchel, but I'm totally fine with you doing it. It's just I felt like they it didn't feel scary enough for them to for you to insta satchel. Like I probably would have greeded it a little bit until I heard a Euro flash.
Yeah.
You know what a satchel, but that's again like I don't mind if your instincts are satchel, that's way better than a lot of players. So here it's like you're doing the standard Valorant, pull out my knife and think
Yep.
because you don't know what you're gonna do. So now you've got your knife out and you're thinking, I can feel it,
Can you pause for a
but
sec?
you go, yeah.
Do you mind turning up the VOD volume as long as it's not like super loud on your end? I can't hear
Yeah,
it too well.
that's the only thing. Like,
Don't
that's the only thing I'm scared of
don't
because
wake
it's on the
anybody
lap.
up. I know it's pretty late out there. Like if
No, it's not that. It's trying to hear you and the VOD, like as
uh
well. Like it's just on my. Again, it's one of these laptop things that.
can
But I'll
you
try to turn it up. Hopefully, it's better.
can you turn me up on Discord maybe?
Can I turn you up on Discord?
Because if you go to my
Um,
name on Discord and right click it, you can change it from
I
100 to
can.
200. You
You
should.
are at a pretty good volume, but let me see what I can do.
If it's possible on your end. I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to like,
No, no, no. Normally, none of this is a problem, but it's just where I'll turn you up a bit. I
why?
just don't want it to be echo. You know what I mean? You're coming out my laptop speakers, so that's where I get worried because echo is diabolical. You don't want
Yeah,
echo.
I get
Let
you.
me know how it goes. I turn it up.
No, that's okay. That's okay like that.
'Cause I'm not too fussed about the game audio so much right now, but if you want to have it, then that's totally fine.
I'd just like to be able to hear it. It's like very
Oh
quiet
no,
right
that
now.
makes sense.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
that's great. That's perfect. As long as it's not too loud on your end, that's perfect.
Yeah, yeah, no, that should be all right.
Why is bro on
As
a
long as you don't get
laptop?
echo.
What happened to his PC? He
You see how much your cross is in the wall? It's like you're thinking, you want a PK short here, but you're just in the wall for ages, like on these green boxes. Like way before you're actually peeking. Like, what if someone just came? I know it's probably not possible based on, but I doubt you're super aware of this in the moment. Like, you want to prepare for someone to come and peek this or whatever, but it's still in the wall. It's still in the wall. Like, it only needed to go there just before you peeked.
right, okay.
And even when you peek, it's like you put in the wall, you put your crosshair in the wall to peek something very specific, right? It's normally used when you actually know where someone is and you can see them on your radar and you line it up or you hear them. Um, but like here, as you go round, look at this. Like, look at this frame. Like, this is like perfect pause.
Yeah.
Look how big of a flick that is for no reason. You were aiming here 0.1 second ago, you know?
Yeah.
Like, now look at this. And then look, the same thing that happens that is going to be okay. So when you have the days where you feel like you can't kill anyone and you just feel like you die instantly, is because you're actually taking so long to aim because you've moved, you've seen this guy, now you have to stop and you have to do this like adjustment. And again, that should all be time that you're just shooting the guy instantly, like small adjustment and shoot.
Right.
But you're having to do so many extra steps because you're not preparing properly.
I see your point. Big time. Crosshair placement's looking terrible. Sabrina
Yeah,
or Safria. I don't know if I said that
Safira.
right. Safira. Oh, that makes sense. She's asking, why are you on a laptop?
Because I'm not at home.
Right. You're at your girlfriend's place, right?
Yeah, yeah, I'm at her family's. So this is, I don't mind this boom bot, to be honest, but again, I probably wouldn't choose it. Like I would prefer to have the element of surprise, um, because you're just peeking anyway. It does work out for you, but for me, I'd rather hear that guy swinging and then peek, knowing where he is, without him knowing that I'm there, hearing him. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
But that's like personal preference. It's just like if you're using it for info, like I don't feel like that fight the boombot massively helps. Like, it's not like you waited for them to shoot the boombot and then peeked,
Oh, I know why I
right?
did that actually. I sent the
Would you?
boombot because I wanted the info if they weren't there so I could quickly grab ult and just leave.
Okay, okay. The only thing you got to be careful of though, this boombot is not clear in this corner
Yeah.
where they run. So it's like as well like this is a bit more advanced than a first session. I'll touch on it a little bit, but I don't want to go into too much detail because it is like I want to focus more on mechanics. But you can work out whether this is like you should basically wait for info around the map before you do something like this, even if you're in a rush. I'm only talking a few seconds. Just see if there's any info. Like you can see here that Jet got this line, right? And Cypher's got this line on the cam. It's very likely that there's a lot of players here, and what you did, like this guy's swinging solo, even though there's probably more people here around here, like through the wall, and it's like this was a big risk that didn't need to be that way because you need to check, like you need to do all the checks that this orb is actually safe for you to get. You know, like it's like good that you have the plan, but you need to know like how to execute the plan, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like you're basically playing as if you're going to get this boombot, this ult orb, no matter what, or find your ult no matter what, because you're just swinging, even with the boombot. Because the boombot, you didn't wait for the boombot to go off, and you swung with it. So like technically, it didn't even help you get the orb, you know, because you already peaked before it even did anything. You didn't wait for it. You didn't react off it. You just did it. And it's
Yeah.
like use this info to help you understand like how much space you can trade and what you're actually able to get away with, because them not seeing anything is really big info for you. It's not often you have these two deep lines.
Yeah, Jet's bringing a lot of value there actually.
Mhm.
Cypher too, but that's a pretty standard Cypher play. And what I
Mhm.
just realized as well is I tried to get my boombot off the corner of the door, but if you
Mhm.
throw it a tiny bit to the right, I didn't even do this intentionally. It actually ricochets off the box in a way that clears that far corner.
Mhm. That's fine. I mean,
Just some raise
it's
tech.
more like for me, it's just more the point of like I don't care too much about the micro. Like even still, it's just I would like to see you react off your util rather than just insta going for it. Like you swung this basically dry anyway,
Yeah.
and yes, you got the kill, but this would have looked horrible had you not got the kill.
Yeah.
This would
Yeah.
have been like I'm one off my ult in a big round, and I've just died insta. You know,
Right.
like And in a 50-50, I didn't play this round smart. I didn't do anything. I just took a dry swing. And even after you get this kill, look what you're doing. You're swinging the same position. There's no reposition. That guy, like, I mean, you get punished for it. Like, perfect. That's what I want to see. Like, like,
Yeah.
when did you get this kill? You got this kill at what, 135. I say 134. You're just lingering around here for 6 seconds. You could have literally been into lamps right now, like ready to fight with your clove on a different choke point that they're not ready for you. You have your ult. Do you play around your ult? No. You don't let the entry come in and you've nade, like you're trying to stall them, but then you're playing like you want to fight them. Like to me, like it doesn't make sense, Like you're stalling when you want to fight. You're not repositioning. You're re-peeking the same angles. Like you got to. You even swinging in advantages as well. Like you got the advantage yourself as well. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of things here that you need to pay attention to if you want to actually like really like master your craft.
Right.
Sorry if I'm being really harsh. I
That's
don't mean to be.
no, you're doing your job. That's exactly what I want.
We're A short again.
Yeah.
Even here though, like again, crosshair placement. Okay, so you're jiggling A short, fine. But when you're in between these jiggles, right, so you didn't get any value. All this time you're just having to flick if they go in. Like actually like do it properly. Like don't jiggle so fast. Like slow it down a tiny bit and peek properly, come back, put your crosshair like as if someone's gonna peek you, and then do it again,
Okay. You're
Like you're
right.
just doing that way too quick. It doesn't have to be that fast. So
Gotcha.
here Jet's got a deep line. You got Cypher Trip. Soaks are coming in.
They're up there. They're up there.
I would avoid crouch spamming. I would have burst and moved still. You don't want to get spam back.
Gotcha.
You set yourself up a lot to die there. Also, it's like you didn't flush any util. So what I mean is like, so they've used they've smoked here. You want to let them come out, whatever, but then do still chuck the nade at them. Like slow them down, or at least look like you're gonna save it to deny the plant or something. Anything like that, even with the boombot, like anything. But here you just go out completely out of bounds, and now you can't do anything with your util. Like it's awkward. And then here you just die instantly again. One, because you're not really aware for it. It's a pretty good play from him. But two, your crosshair placement's just bad again.
Yeah.
Look at this. It should be on here. And look at this. That you've already started your flick by the time I paused it,
Yeah.
and like he's already up here, and we're still like far away. And then we shoot like way too early because we're panicked, and it probably felt in the moment like we just got destroyed. But it could have been so much easier. It's so slow because you're having to do such big flicks.
Yeah, makes sense. I have actually noticed that in the past too. Well, we even saw it on pistol. My crosshair placement on smokes and regularly is just not good.
Yeah, yeah. It is good. Like you look at the timing of what happens. So you go off Jet's contact in hookah. Like, well, I mean, it's a little bit early. Like, I'm only talking like not even half a second. But Jet ends up fighting the first guy. You come out, and your job is to. If this hadn't been a Reyna, this is 2 kills.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to deal with this contact, so they're distracted, and then you come in and pinch them, and you guarantee then that there's a player like actually in your crosshair, like ready. Oh my goodness.
Immortal. Big breach done.
Ejiro with breach?
That was my breach, bro. He had no comms the whole game. He was just ripping his stun.
Fair play.
He did it like 3 times to me this game.
But even here, sorry to be critical again, is like just you got the 4v3. Either satchel, if your movement's good enough, try and get to hookah and play it safe, or like just stay in there and play time because they can't kill you, and it's just annoying,
Yeah.
But like you choose the option that's like it works for you and you do get an extra kill, but that could have very easily went terrible as well. Like what is going on with the spike?
Yeah, I know. But I do
But
hear
yeah,
your
like
point. I didn't need to be aggro
it's
there.
like if you want to play that aggressive, then like fine, you know what I mean. I'm just here to tell you that the downside. You know, like that's not the worst thing in the world. Like you can argue that you being a little bit extra aggressive there is fine,
Yeah.
depending on who you are. I just technically, if you look at it like by the book, you're satcheling into two people's face. There's a lot. They already knew you were there, so they're pre-aiming you. A very good chance of you dying. So I would have personally liked to see you take a way safer option.
Yeah.
Time is a good. Time is valuable. You know, like it's not just about kills. Here's good, but again, this nade just shouldn't get any value because there's no reason for them to not just run away. They're not committed at all. Like they can easily just stop. So here you're moving side to side. Your crosshair needs to track. You need to track that. You know, I was talking about like the perfect crosshair placement. Everyone's is slightly different, but whatever works for you. You need to track that distance from the wall as you move. Small tracking, because now you're just like you're basically. How are you meant to know when you're going to click? If like your crosshair's moving and they're moving as well.
Right.
Like it's very difficult for you to time that together. Where imagine that your crosshair's always in the same place and they're moving target, you can pretty easily know when to click when that target goes on that point.
That
Does
makes
that make
sense.
sense?
Yeah.
Like it makes a big difference, two things moving versus one thing moving.
Yeah.
Here is bad crosshair placement. Again.
Bomb. They both TP'd.
You don't even do they both TP? I didn't hear.
Do you mind pausing for a sec? It's super pixelated right now. I think it just needs a second to catch up. There we go. That's better.
I didn't consider the internet here. It's probably not great either, to be fair.
They both TP'd. Oh, it was both of them, yeah.
Yeah, that's fine then.
One enemy remaining.
Leave that. I'll keep an eye on that. Potentially something wrong with your peeking, but I don't know for sure. I want to see a little bit more.
I was too late there.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few things here, to be honest. The boom bot, like you're going too early with the boom bot. You want to like in my opinion, you wanna get this like timed quite nicely. Like I'm talking like a little bit, but it's a very small thing. But also the other thing that I was gonna say, when you're nading, like this is like a really bad choice of nade. Put it in the left side as the cage is about to drop, so you write that position off so that when you get to here, you don't have to clear both sides. This nade doesn't fix any of the problems that you're having. Because when they go in hookah, they could still be on this side and they can just take this angle. You know, it doesn't clear all of that. And also, because of how early you throw your nade, you can't even do anything, even if you wanted to capitalize off of it. You're not punishing the person moving out the way. You're not securing the space because you're so far away that by the time the nade's gone, you're not in there ready for someone that just jumps back into hookah, which means by the point that you get to hookah, you're still going to have to clear both sides, which is awkward. No one likes doing that, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, you need to slow everything down just a little bit. Just each little detail. Because as well, sorry to go back to that point, if you decided you weren't gonna go hookah and you didn't throw the nade instantly, you still have your nade now. When you go up garden and retake from there, you can nade out this cubby to force them into a good fight for you.
Right.
But now you don't have, and your nade got no value anyway.
Yeah.
I'm scared of your crosshair placement here. He shifts around the corner, which is criminal, but had he not shifted around the corner, it would have been a different story potentially.
It's too close again, right?
Yeah, too close. Good. I like that you're bursting and moving. I know you could argue here you should take more time, but I like this part of your mechanics. I like that you're doing this. It's very important that you do this. Hmm. Imagine you had your nade here though. You wouldn't have had to rush this whole situation. You could have just naded like as soon as you had the info, and like forced him into you because he can't go anywhere. It's just little things like that. You might not have even used it, but you know it was an option. Had you not used it, like had you not wasted it.
Yeah.
That's better. You actually waited for it this time. That's perfect. You've shown your hand showers though. Yeah, like just get out and fight with the team. Here, like you don't want to hold this angle. You want to like make sure you're peaking on timings. Here, just if I can get to it. It's like you don't want this. Like there's no reason for your crosser to be here. It's lazy. You know, it should be here, and then when you want to peak, you recenter it like quickly. But here, nade, like still in the wall. Like if someone peaked, like then this what happens again. You know, it's in the wall. It should be wide. When you get peaked, you shouldn't have to do this big adjustment because what you're doing is you're already pre-aimed this. You know, and then you track it as you go around the corner.
Wow.
But now you have to make this big flick.
I'm shocked how often we're finding that exact problem. Like
It
every
makes you
single
feel
round.
better. There's literally not one student I've ever coached that did this properly before. So please don't. I'm just surprised you haven't been taught this before. To be honest, if you
That's
had
what I
that long
mean.
coaching.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm like, wow, that's like alone. If I leave the coaching session with just that piece of info, the value I get from that is, I feel like, more than I've gotten from other sessions. Just that one thing alone, because it's so prominent in every single round.
Yeah, every round. So it's bread and butter of like you can talk about mastering characters, but until you do this, that's why I don't like to go into too much detail to other stuff, even though you might think you want all of it in one go. To me, it's not. It's not the best way to do it.
Yeah, I understand that too. That makes sense. Information overload is no good.
Mm-hmm. It was nice you saw the flick, but it's just weird though because I don't know how you play like this because it's so hard for you to like. I'm trying to anticipate the fight in my head, right? Like from your perspective, but like the fight that you're taking and the width that you're expecting them to be is changing so fast. You know what I mean? Like I don't know how you're even anticipating even the flick that you might have to do. You
Yeah, I
know,
don't know what that
like,
was
is it?
actually. I have no idea. I think I might have
Yeah,
heard
it's like
util short or something, and it made me look away for a second. But even then, we have two people holding that and two trips.
yeah. I mean, it's just, but it's even just like I'm not even on about like you fighting showers. I'm just on about the fact that like your crosshair's this tight to the wall, then it's this tight, and it's like if it's always here and you know like okay what if they jiggle me or they peek me close and you can sort of go in your head okay I've just got to do that flick, you'll probably do it subconsciously, you don't actually like think about this stuff, but it's like you can prepare yourself. um but it's just changing so frequently that it's like yeah it's just difficult. I mean I couldn't play like that.
All three, all three. Yep. Should anchor just in case.
Boombot.
They're planting.
Spike planted.
A tiny thing, but I wouldn't have been so exposed throwing the boombot. It's a 5v3. The boombot's a luxury. Don't die to throw a boombot. You like they should be looking to equalize here, so they should be swinging aggressive. They should be here if they're good players.
Right.
They should be getting in your face, disrupting your retake because it's 3v5. Obviously, we're not in high enough elo for them to be doing stuff like that yet. But like all this time as well, like there's so much time where you could have lost your life to a good peak when you didn't have to. Like you throw your boombot exposed, you throw your satchel, you're exposed. You know this whole time.
Yeah,
Like
but my
you
boombot
don't need.
cleared those
Mhm.
angles when I was ulting. The boombot
Doesn't
initially,
mean
I
that someone
thought
can't
was
peek in though.
sorry.
Like it doesn't. I wouldn't think of it as clear, because had a guy just been close here, he can just come in and swing you. You know, what's stopping someone from? People can peek into a boom bot. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't. It's not clear. Like this is not clear, if that makes sense. Like yes, this is clear, but the guy that's peeking on contact, like peeking from tube, he doesn't have to be scared of it. You're giving your boom bot like so much respect
Well,
when it's not actually that
if it
great. Like it can run up to someone and they can still shoot it before it explodes. You know, like it's
yeah, but if my teammate wasn't there behind me, I would completely agree. But because I have someone holding the line where the boombot is, I feel
Mhm.
like that's completely safe.
I want you to think of it not as like, I don't want you to think of it like that. I want you to think of it as like, why take risk that I don't need to take? Like you don't need to be exposed to do any of this, so why be exposed? You know
Right.
what? Like I'm not saying that you're going to lose the round here if they peak, right? Like it's probably not they're probably not going to win. But why do this unnecessary stuff and put yourself in positions that you could die when you don't have to? Like
Right.
that's the you could throw that boombot safe. You can throw that satchel safe,
That
but
makes
you
sense.
threw both of them in the open.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Nice, good retake.
Thank you, thank you. But yeah, that makes complete sense. That I know the boombot
Mhm.
was troll, but I didn't even like the satchel would have gone right over my head if you didn't point that out.
It's control. It's just it could be. It's a lot of the stuff that we talk about. Like you're a high elo player. Like you're an ascendant immortal. Like it's one of the higher ranks in the game. You're gonna do a lot of stuff that's good, but there's still another like few levels on top of that for it to be like the best, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
And that's kind of going to be a lot of the stuff that we go through.
yeah, definitely. Well, my goal is to hit Radiant, so I do want to kind of compete against pros and ranked and be able to
Yeah, no, definitely.
keep up.
Take pride in this because there's not a lot of players that do take pride in that.
Last player standing. Spike planted.
You think I win this?
I'm hoping that you don't throw any util before you find them. That's all I want to see. Uh, the satchel's like, I mean, personally, I would have liked to see you go on top of the shed if you got that in your locker.
Oh yeah, I could have for sure.
Yeah, like if you got up here, I would have liked to see that because you can clear a lot of angles. You got a lot of freedom to move up here, and it's a really quick reposition that like I really like it. But you can see again here, you almost get owned for bad crosshair placement again. Even like on this, you're lucky you catch them just before you actually have to fight. 'Cause if they swung you here, you just have to flick again. You know,
Yeah,
it's like, but you see their head and it's unlucky. But it's as well like you had so much time here. Like, I don't know what info. I don't know if you knew where Clove was exactly or whatever. Like I'm not too sure because I can't hear the audio like amazingly. But like you have so much time. Like you get this kill, perfect. Like there was no trade, perfect. But you're just rushing. Like you don't like let them panic. You know, like work it out. Like clear it all methodically and make it like calm down. Most importantly, you know. You're sort of just rushing the 1v1.
yeah. You
And for
think
me, like, I just wouldn't want to play it like that.
you think giving him the time to play time is the move though? Like I tried to
Yeah.
quickly reposition. I don't think I had info on the guy too, so I was kind of trying to speed up to find out where he was. Um, you think it was
You're
okay
going
to?
about that the wrong way though, because like you want to find out where he is, but you're not like you weren't actually like process of elimination there. You just went straight in the face and the guy peeked you. You didn't like he could have technically been elbow. We didn't properly clear elbow. Could have been in hookah. You know what I mean? Like I'm not saying take loads of time and sit and wait, but that's why I like the high ground option because you can see a lot of angles from the top of the shed. But like also just work it out like properly. Like you had what like 35 seconds probably 30 seconds. That's a long time.
Yeah,
There's he's gonna and to be honest, most of the play like he just swung you. That's gonna happen a lot. Like players aren't really gonna play time. Like work out where was the bomb? Where was the bomb planted that round?
I think it was mid site or back site or something. So I knew he was likely going to be back site, but I wasn't sure.
You don't even see the bomb until so you are just like now seeing where the bomb is or seeing where it isn't to tell you where it is, right?
Yeah.
So like you've not even given yourself time to properly work it out, really. Like there's no way in the moment you're like ticking all these boxes off and working it out because everything's happening so quickly. Like just slow it down. Like especially if it was mid tube, then you know that he has such limited options of where he can play. Perfect. So if you know that he's got limited options, he's going to have to do something because if he lets you get to the bomb, it's going to be uncomfortable for him.
Right.
Just makes so like try and put yourself in their perspective a bit more. Like because you're panicked about defusing the bomb, but their clove is panicked about, in my opinion, a lot more. So 1v1, knows where you are. Like he doesn't want you to get to the bomb. Like it's not great for him either, you know.
Yeah.
But that's a small that's a way smaller scale of thing than mechanics.
Yeah, I agree.
But in general, like clutches, the key to clutches are I play time a lot. Like I feel like it's one of my strong points as a player, and I really do run the clock down. Don't be so scared of looking like an idiot because you took too long and like sometimes it didn't work out because they played it super safe. Don't be like I promise you, you'll win a lot more clutches by just playing the clock.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Almost.
Because a lot of the time people are just going to fucking peek you. They don't care.
Yeah, a lot of the time. A lot of the time. Like I wish I could just show I wish I could like had the stats of like my all-time clutches because I promise you like the key is to and I just hope you trust me and my experience that you should play the time like almost all the time.
Right.
I by the way, I like the double satchel buy on attack. I think you should buy it on attack always. Defense, I'm torn, but this is weird. Like, okay, so remember we're talking about this thing, even though I did it the wrong way. This
Yep.
goes for attack as well. So when you get seen for this long before like getting out in their phase, they're gonna chuck util at you. Their comp doesn't really have any util to chuck at you. But like had they had a brimstone or a viper or something here, like you're gonna get cooked. They just fight you instead. But like you need to focus on getting in. You need to be way more selfless. Like don't do all of this. Just peek for your team. Like the one jump spot's fine, whatever. But get in there. Do not use your satchel like that. Satchel in there. Like get in. Break the line. Let your teammates deal with these and causes Yoru to have to decide does he want to fight behind or does he want to fight these guys? Either way, he's cooked. Unless he
Right.
TPs. You have to do that for your team. That's why you want to find spots that you think are relatively safe for you to satchel into. Some you can go in here, you can go in the pocket. When you're at B, you can go like behind the shed, you can go into default. Something like that where you're exposed to like as little angles as possible and you feel like they're a bit cozier positions. But when you don't break the line and you allow them to do this, you just get cooked every single time like that.
Gotcha.
Another small thing, but you can see the impact of your crosshair placement again here. The time that you want to be shooting, you're spent having to flick because you're looking in the wall rather than going around the wall.
Yep.
And then because you're reacting like so late, you feel like you have to move, and now you've just exposed yourself to these two at the same time when you didn't need to.
True.
Because
Yeah.
had you would have been ready for the fight a bit better, and you probably wouldn't have felt the need to go because I can see when you're playing, when you see someone, you keep going wider while you adjust
Yep.
your aim, which is not bad, by the way. But the problem is when you have to adjust so much, it's making you move more than you should be.
Right.
So you're going too wide. So then you end up in this position, and the fade gives you a lifeline, stops looking at you. But yeah, you could have just had that fight isolated. Had that guy just held hookah, you should be dead right now. To be honest,
Yep.
this Yoru is something. Something. Here, obviously, gameplay wise, there's not too much. Like you're on EK, you picked up a gun, you're just looking for them to give you stuff like this. Um, nothing too much there, to be honest. This is just bad peak. Not gonna lie, like you don't want to. Okay, I'm gonna find you a video. I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna find it from my phone and message, so I don't have to tab off this. I'm just making a note for myself. I'm gonna send you a video that's going to basically, if you have any issues with it, let me know. But this video will explain exactly what you did wrong here perfectly. So like, I don't even need to explain it, but I'll touch on it a little bit. But I'll happily explain it to you as well again after you watch the video. Here, you're swinging, and the only thing that made you stop here was you seeing an enemy, right? Like you see the enemy, so you stop and you try and adjust. You need to peak the angle specifically and then stop anyway, like stop regardless if you see an enemy or you don't. So you're actually ready to fight that specific angle. Because if you wait for your eyes to react and then shoot, it's so much slower than if you just peak it properly and then like prepare for that one particular fight or whatever. It probably doesn't make a lot of sense when I explain it just by voice, but I promise when you watch the video that I send, it will make a lot more sense because it shows you examples.
No, that does make sense. But yeah, I'm curious to see the examples as well.
Yeah. I'll show you it after. Here again, it's like, I know you're low HP,
1 HP.
but like, get in.
You
Like,
think
get
even
in.
on 1 HP,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna get shot out the air like
Like,
90% of
well,
the time.
that's the thing. Like, you need to, like, yes, you could do, but like, also your team needs someone to go in. It's not about you anymore. You know, it's more like them. You need to trust them to do their job and get the trades. Otherwise, you're just going to lose anyway because they cannot get out of this choke point. But I'm not looking for you to satchel in the open. I'm hoping you satchel just into a tucked corner, like a safer space. And if they don't insta kill you, like it's great.
Yeah.
Also, if you like, you need to do it. Like the point where you needed to do it was earlier on. So like you do this peak, like fine, whatever. But now you've been seen, go up. Like you're wasting time throwing this nade. This nade is not getting any value because no one's just going to sit in the nade. Second of all, you're nading off where you want to satchel in. So you're pushing them out the way, and then if you even satcheled in there, they've already tucked out the way, and now they're just going to peek after the nade, which is when you're going to be landing anyway. So they're going to have an easier time killing you than they would. You need to just practice at getting into corners. You only took your damage when you got spammed here, when you should have already been running up trying to get in.
Right.
So this was actually a result of you not doing it properly that led to this situation. And now exactly what I thought was going to happen. You leave, your teammates can't get out of the choke point.
Give me time.
Now it's a 1v3, 2v4, 1v3. This round's lost anyway. I would have rather you died here and your teammates had a chance of trading early before they over rotated than you be in this position, you know?
Yeah, I get you.
You're 1 HP trying to clutch a 1v3. Like, it's just, yes, you can win it, but like, it's not a very high percentage.
Yeah. Can you pause and restart it really quick? It's pixely.
Restart, what, like leave and join?
No,
Or...
no, you're good. It just needed to be paused for a sec. It was very pixely and laggy.
Oh, wait.
Stream just had to catch up, I think.
Yeah, sorry, just tell me anytime it does that.
No problem.
Okay, you can see, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Good. I like, I don't know if it's just because you got Spectre, but like that's the level of pace I want to see you go more at. Again, this nade's getting 0 value.
Breaking trips?
Like, it just... okay, no, sorry. If that's what the purpose was, that's fine. I'm okay with that. But again, like, we're last alive as...
I should have...
It doesn't even break. It doesn't break the place. What is this for? Like, is this a set lineup you have, or did you just throw it? Like, is this actually like a nade that you know is really good, or
Well, yeah, I break the outside of octagon trip, so like the long trip, and I break any trips outside of hookah around default. It covers a lot of area.
you don't actually break the long trip? Oh no, maybe it would. I mean, I don't know. I've never seen this trip in my life.
Yeah, it's just a weird trip, but if it was
I've never
outside of
seen
long,
it,
I
yeah.
would have definitely broke
If
any
we
of
do
those.
that, that's fine. But again, you need to like. I would have probably thrown my satchel on the floor, chucked the nade, and then satcheled in. Because
Yeah,
again, the problem with when you do this is you're just giving them time to counter you to
right.
and to like flood on, and like they've got cloves smoke in the middle of sight already, you know, before you've even tried to get in, and now we're in a clutch again.
Yeah,
And as much as you, know, you could have won them, and I could talk about what you could do, it's not the situation you want to be playing for. We're
right.
playing duelists. Like,
Yeah.
we need to like if you ever play off duelist and Phil, and this happens in your games, you're gonna crash out. Like, this is so annoying when you have duelists that don't go in.
Right.
I'm sure you must have experienced it at some point.
Yeah, I have.
Here again, like, if you're needing the trip, then I guess it's like all right.
Where? I'm actually curious what I was nading here.
I'm assuming it's trips. I hope it's trips because otherwise it's not a very good nade.
Nope, it's not trips. I think I was trying to nade off the truck and landed on the right side of the box there, but I
Like, the person just gonna run away. Like, it's never gonna kill. You don't. There's so many scenarios where you tag someone up and you can flush them out of a corner, or take like harder space like lamps, or like backside, and you're scared of this corner behind the smoke, or you're even scared that they're in the smoke, so you just nade the smoke and then take it. But you're not ever able to do this because you never have your nade.
right.
You're like using it all the time, like early, and you're pre-warning that you're hitting the bomb site every single time.
Interesting. Yeah, you have a good point.
Hey, you saw our Clove died, and then you died to nade another one. Where actually was he though?
Oh, we saw him on map, but I didn't even process it.
Yeah, but it's like where you like going with your ult though, like I don't know, are you planning to take it? I shouldn't be able to tell from watching it whether you're planning to take it through lamps, take it into showers, or take it over backside. But I have no idea where you actually want to go with it. Same thing as like the retake. You're like fully exposed right now. You take like chip damage. Yeah, it's unlucky that you die like there, but like it's so fast in my opinion. Like, you could have just slowed it down, take a little bit more time, you know. Like, you don't have to double satchel either. I think you can just do the single satchel to the close point, and then take with your second satchel where you think they've ran to.
Yep, I
But
think
you're
that would have been
like double
smarter.
satcheling into the middle of nowhere, and it's like you're hoping that someone's just stood in the open ready to give you that kill. But I don't think you should approach it like that, to be honest.
Yeah, I think if I single satchel, that would have killed the Reyna actually.
Yeah, exactly. Like be a bit more methodical. As I said at the earlier in the session, like, break it down into a few more steps. Take a little bit more time with things. It's like, here, I'm pretty sure that you want to land, like, either you want to land in the back of lamps, like literally like in here, or you want to go on top. To be honest, if you're playing Vandal and not Shorty, then you probably want it to land on top truck here, if that's where you were going to go.
Yeah,
But you also,
I should have my
yeah,
shorty out. I was planning on landing in the back of U-Haul, and I just didn't pull out my
yeah,
shorty.
because I mean, that's like fine. Like, I'm not too worried about that. But it's like, obviously, yeah, if you're going Vandal, then you need to land on top here, because there's no point going here with the Vandal. But also, I feel like a really good Raze player can pivot their satcheling, like, and their decision making mid satchel based on the info they see.
Yeah.
Like, you see here, you've got close smokes. You see it's like awkward. You see like this as well. Like, this is like, there's a lot of people in the open, you know. Like I would have tried to slow it down a little bit there, but you do just get owned. To be honest, it's hard because there's nothing else to distract. You know what I mean? Like there's no one coming out. There's not really any util. So that Reyna has no reason to not just hard aim at you, if that makes sense. Like there's no one trying to trade.
Yeah.
You're just the only thing going on their screen at that one time.
Do you think I went too early? Was that my fault, or was that
Yeah.
my team scaling?
To be honest with you, I wouldn't say you went too early for satcheling in, but I wouldn't do this satchel. I don't like this path in on a gun round anyway. And I also don't think you do the path in as good as you should. Like you go really wide, but like you should just be coming up here, in my opinion. Like it, I think it should be a bit tighter to the wall. But you take it like really wide. But also, I would have just like to see you just simple satchel into the corner, boombot through lamps, and like clear it out.
Right.
Like there was, if you're gonna do like a big double satchel like that, then you need more teammates either in showers or coming out short at the same time. So to go back to your question, for that pathing you went too early, but on a general like timing for entering, you didn't go too early. Like that was good.
Gotcha.
It's just your pathing was adventurous and it's like way riskier.
I see. Okay. So pathing was good if the util was there to back it up and the team was there to trade.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I should have, for that buy round in that situation, just satchel close and played safer.
Yeah, just slowed it down a little bit more. Just get in, break the line. This was a term that I use, and then just go from there.
Right. Okay. Triple.
But yeah, it's quite hard. There's like a lot of like variables, so I can appreciate it's quite difficult to learn.
Yeah, but it definitely helps having the multiple perspectives. Like the fact that you broke it down into, okay, the pathing wasn't bad, but the situation for that pathing was bad. That's very helpful.
Okay, that's good.
Can you pause for 1 second? I'm just gonna grab my water. It's right behind me.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay, we're good. Let's go. We gotta go. We can't get stuck here. Smoke.
See, like, you know when you got judge, like that's when I like riskier satchels. Like that is perfect. Like that's the type of pathing you should do when you get a judge. It's just your team are so slow. But also, why we're running back out the smoke, I don't know. Like just go take the space close. Like take all of these close range fights. You know, it's too dangerous.
I wanted to get into tube and get in their face, but I thought we had hookah, and I didn't see that they lost that fight. If they had taken hookah space, it would have been a good fight because I would have got, you know, the space mid site. But
yeah, I mean, I just would have worked out like by this point in the game, like your team are kind of useless. I wouldn't like you've had a lot of rounds where they don't know what they're doing, and I think leading up to that execute kind of summed it up. But yeah, I just again like I wouldn't. I understand what you're trying to do, but just be. It's weird 'cause I'm telling you to be a bit more selfless in terms of going in, but then you need to value your life a lot more than you are, and actually be a bit more selfish. Like if something, unless you're in a major disadvantage and there's super like urgent, you know, super big urgency to do something, don't do it. Don't give your life away. You know.
right,
For no reason. Like when I talk about entering, I'm on about all I mention and refer to it as is breaking the line because you need to break the line that they're looking at, right? But I don't want you to just break the line and then go die. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you can take your time to like you get in. It should be like think of it as like ping pong, you know? So it's like I get in, I've broken the line. Now the next play that needs to happen is my teammates come out and take the contact and I trade off them because they're bunched up. They're in a pair or a trio. I'm only solo. So if I die to, you know, no one's there to trade me. But if I peek off them, they're going to have a lot more like chance of winning the fight. They're going to have their own trade potential. You might not even need to peek off them. You can just hold whatever they need holding. Like if they come out here and they want to fight all bathroom and site, we can just fight the guy's lamp so that they can't die in the back.
That makes sense.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
But your job is just to do what they can't do. This is good. You use your nade reactively. It got a kill. It's not a coincidence. You know, you actually had it to use it when you like force someone out of a cubby
Yeah.
and it got a kill. And I think that's your first nade kill of the
Yeah,
game.
I think you're right.
Again, here just a little one. You can see your crosshair placement is too tight. You can see how much you have to adjust again.
Yep. A little bit too
It's quite
close.
it feels like a little bit, but this is double the length from the wall that you currently are. You realize that?
Yeah, but he does a weird
So,
peak. Do you think that's like
well, it's if someone peeks you tight, like it's not great for them, and like they'd have to basically like you can. It's easier to do that adjustment because they're not as scary. But like, I'm not saying you want to be exactly where he went because I think he went really wide, but you want to be like still a little bit, like quite a bit away from where you were. If that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. So kind of like in between where he swung and where my crosshair was.
Yeah, I would say that's a good reference point. But it really depends like slightly on like if you ever have a friend and you want to go in a custom and you just do it like over like for like 10 minutes over a few different days just to vary your like sample size and just basically record like on loads of different angles, then peeking into you, and when you feel like you react to it by like clicking, like not when you actually process it, when you actually click. And where that distance is, like that's a good point for you to be putting your crosshair. Because obviously, if you had trigger bot, you should put your you put your crosshair right on the wall, but you don't. So it's reaction time based, if that makes sense,
Yeah.
and where you feel most comfortable. So and that depends on that can be ping based. It can be so many like factors that influence it, but everyone's is like slightly different.
Right.
And like for me, it's helped a lot of students as well, like to do it that way, to just practice it in a server and just where they feel comfortable, just getting like no pressure reps, doing good crosshair placement.
That makes sense. Okay.
This is good. This is good. Perfect. Perfect. Until we get the 5v4 and we just go overextend. We did all the hard work. We committed double satchel, nade. We got in, we got lamps, we got the kill, we upgraded our gun, everything's perfect. Took us a good amount of time, took us about 10 seconds to do all that, and we throw it away in 1 second. You know? And it's like it's not like you peek this angle properly and you just get owned. You don't peek it properly, you just run across. All of this just goes out the window. Because they've gone 1 for 1, but look at how much it took, for both teams. And yeah, look at this. Like, this is terrible. Like, we don't know what we're peeking. We're swinging across this randomly in the wall. We didn't like slice the pie or whatever you want to refer to it as for this angle. We didn't do any of that. We just ran in and died.
Yeah.
And it's like you can't, again, like that, it comes down to, I try and like use the same points. So they're like keywords for you to like think about, but like value your life, you know?
Yep.
You shouldn't all that effort to get the kill for what, you know?
Especially because we had the man advantage. It was very troll.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's worse because you got the man advantage. You actually are the one that found it, but then you also threw it away. It didn't really do anything. Now you just don't have an entry, and especially when you're top fragging, they don't have that MVP anymore.
Yeah.
This is the slowest I've seen you play. I quite like it though, because they have no time to like react. I mean, they put Cypher here, but I like that. I like changing it up. I'm not going to replay it and slow it down, but like there's a lot of like bad crosshair placement there, like when you're peeking,
Too close?
part of just on the wall and like you're trying to like break up the angles and peak, but what's happening is you're doing it so quickly that you're not doing it properly. Like the execution's like really bad. Like you need to take your time. Like it needs to be a little bit slower and like
Gotcha.
actually make sure your cross is in the right place. It's like discipline for like crosshair placement basically and peeking.
Gotcha. Okay.
I like that you're taking. You might feel like this is bad because you don't get any kills with it, but you got the site and you took your time and you didn't die, and now your team's in a 5v5 like with the bomb down. So, and a lot of people might tell you that it was bad because you didn't get any kills, but that's exactly the scenario that I would want you to do. Make sure you don't die, clear every corner, take your time with it, and get this situation. Um, I've actually paused it unintentionally on a really good point again to tell you about crosshair placement.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
I'll
And we die. Team bails us out there. It's like here, like a teammate's got contact in showers, let's go. Because if they're fighting showers, they can't be stronghold in A short. It's not possible unless they big stacked, you know?
Yeah. Okay.
Like you should be trying to like pinch them. Like they literally had a guy deep in showers. Like speed up here, you know? Like use your util, but like speed up. Like try and get to them. Like I wouldn't do this path in. I would just go near them in showers and help crunch it. Because
I
now it's
see.
5v3. Like you want to trade, and then this happened. You see, they both die. Imagine you satcheled right here. This would have never happened.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So in that situation, am I crunching because they got to kill showers, or am I crunching because
They're there.
yeah, there's likely another one there to trade them?
There's a few reasons. So you're basically looking for things that make the play good. So the thing that makes it good here is that your teammates got a kill in showers and that they're fighting showers. So you know that that's like the stronger side of their site hold. They're more focused on showers than short. But also because it's a 5v3, like 5v4, 5v3, whatever you know, right now it's a 5v4, but then they get another kill and it's 5v3. And now you know, okay, the round's basically won. All we've got to do is not lose it. So just satchel, go as close to them and make sure the trade potential is there.
Right.
You know, you don't want them to, like, they've done all the hard work. The round's won. Just go to them and help. If they had died here and went 1-for-1, you would also want to satchel because you want to crunch the guy and trade it out. So there's a lot of things, like all of my indicators that I'm looking for are pointing towards go in showers, you know?
Even if U-Haul is fully exposed and I can get shot.
Well, yeah, that's why you're going to satchel into behind this box. You're not
Gotcha.
going to like, so I don't want you to double satchel straight in the open. What I'm trying to get you to understand is you need to satchel into like cubbies. So then you get into the cubby, you hold for anyone peeking, and then you scale. And it's like 1 second slower, but it's the most important second of the execute, in my opinion.
Right. Okay. So you wouldn't ever, unless I had like a judge, double satchel into bench to help them. It would be like always a safe pocket.
Yeah, with a shotgun you're fine.
Right.
Because then you can't, like, because you can't go in here with a shotgun because you can't kill the guy lamps.
Yeah. 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 Okay.
Or you know.
That makes perfect sense. Yeah.
Please tell me we don't lose this. Oh my god, we lose this round, don't we?
Yeah. GG. Oh, did we lose?
No, we win.
Oh, wow.
We win.
We don't have to go too far into overtime, by the way. I didn't mean to pick like an overtime bod. I'm pretty sure this
No,
game
that's all
goes pretty far, so
right.
feel free to bail anytime.
I don't want to bail, but obviously I think we did like an extra half an hour than the session. And I feel like overtime isn't going to tell me anything more than
Yep.
I've already learned. Like, if that makes sense.
Totally.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to do the key points for you. I want to give you time to ask any questions as well. So, I think like here, like is a good point to call it.
That's perfect.
Anyway, but yeah, I mean, I hope that was beneficial to you. I hope that it was clear. But yeah, please feel free to ask any questions that you want to know or anything like that.
Cool. Yeah. No, I definitely felt like I got a ton of value out of that. I think
Mhm.
the major things were obviously the crosshair placement was hugely important. And then
Hmm.
just understanding the value you have when you play an agent like Raze or a Jet that has a dash ability. Your
Hmm.
your thought process is completely different. You're trying to get out into a safe space and then kind of ping pong off your team's contact. So just understanding that thought process on a deeper level, I think, is very helpful. And what I kind of realized with doing these coaching sessions is I say that out loud and I go, obviously, I know that's my job as a duelist to, break the choke point and get out.
Yeah.
But you watch your games back and you're like, okay, well, you know that, but like you didn't execute on that at all. And
Hmm.
so I notice a lot of things like that in my games where I'll know something, but I won't really put it into practice nearly as often as I should.
Hmm. Sorry, I'm listening. I'm just making your notes as well. But like, I'm agreeing with everything that you're saying.
But
Um,
other than those
a
two
big thing.
things,
Sorry, just to recap, it's in your notes, but I just, as I'm typing, I realize how important it is. Is the thing about counter utiling after the entries come in?
right.
You know,
So you wait
like that.
until someone's out.
Yeah, let them be committed. Give them that false sense of security and punish them for it.
Right. And the mindset there is the other
Isolate them.
players, the other players behind the entry feel pressure to go in and help the entry.
Well, they cut. Yeah, there's that. So what? So it's a little bit more. So one, you make it so that the entries in and they're like naked, they're by themselves. You can just kill them and you can focus on them because your nade buys you 1 to 2 seconds of time to fight them where the others can't come out. But then also, what happens after that point is they've been stalled for so long, they get that feeling of guilt that they just run through the smoke like headless chickens and don't clear anything properly, and you punish that.
Right. Okay.
Because once you start doing it more, you realize how that happens every single time. So it's just easy for you.
Gotcha. And when should I throw the nade? It's after the first guy's out, right? I'm not throwing it as
Yeah,
counter util.
yeah. No, no, no. You're throwing it like just as they're like. So if they dash out, then that's your cue. Like you're all obviously anticipating it because they've probably made noise. So you've got it in your hand, and then you want to chuck it like basically at the floor so that it explodes quicker.
Right.
And then, what's it called? Fight the jet, then fight the other guys.
Gotcha. I
Yeah.
also remember my crosshair placement on the smokes itself wasn't great.
Yeah, yeah, needed to be at the edge, and like you shouldn't hold both sides of the smoke unless you have to.
Yeah.
Like what I do is I hold one side, and then like every 2 seconds or so, I'll peek for the other side. You know, without making noise. Like I'll just do like a committed like peek, just before the point of making noise, and then if there's no one there like walking through, then I just go back to holding the other side.
Right.
And also you really need to play advantages a lot safer. Like I didn't see you play one advantage where you like stayed alive for more than 5 seconds.
Right.
That was a big thing.
Yeah, that's a huge problem.
But yeah, I mean I gave the main key points there that I remember that are like crucial that you fix as soon as possible. But hopefully that was good for you and hopefully it was easy and appreciate your time.
Yeah, I appreciate your time, man. That was a very valuable session. What was his name? Trazy popped into the stream the other day,
Hmm.
and he was talking about coaches, and he said he's worked with a handful of coaches as well, and he said that you just provided so much value compared to the other coaches that he said you were easily the best one he's worked with, and I think I agree with that. Like the value we got out of this, you were able to pick something out of every round, and I know you were even holding yourself back from pointing out nitty gritty, but you were very good at identifying these big mistakes that are just in my face.
Hmm.
So I feel like I've got some like very very clear tangibles to work on, which that's exactly why I'm doing the coaching. That's exactly why I'm paying for it. And I feel like you just communicated that all really well. So that's awesome, man.
No, I appreciate that. If you wouldn't mind, if I could ask a favor for you to just send me like the VOD, if you can, like ideally like clipped, because I might even use it for something, because I think it was a good session, so I enjoyed it a lot, and I always like doing stuff like that. So
Yeah,
no, I
absolutely.
appreciate it a lot. Thank you for trusting me, and I hope that we can do more coaching in the future. If you wanna get to Radiant, I definitely think it's possible. There's a lot of work to be done so that when you get to Radiant, you can actually perform there. But yeah, no, I definitely think we can do a lot with what I've seen.
So I can absolutely send you the VOD to answer that, by the way.
Mhm.
But to build on that point, how long do you think my goal right now is to get to Radiant, as you know? And what I plan on doing is coaching once a week and aim training very regularly. And then on top of that, like actually putting in the reps in ranked. How long, if I do those things consistently, do you think realistically I could get to Radiant? Knowing that I've been Immortal for the last couple years on and off. You know, I bounce between Ascendant and Immortal, but for the last 2 years now, I've been bouncing between Ascendant and Immortal 2.
Honestly, that's a hard question to answer after one session, because for me, the big tell is how you respond from session one to session two.
Right.
You got some people that progress really quick, and you got other people that take a lot longer, and that really obviously changes it. In regards to the aim train, like there's a lot of stuff, right? So it's not just a case of like you're gonna get better session by session as well, but also it's like it's not as simple as that. Like you might not see the results until you get like a lot better, if that makes sense. Like you're gonna improve, you're gonna improve, you're gonna improve, but like to actually make like a big noticeable jump, you need to improve in quite a few different areas. And
Right.
like improving in one area basically might not be enough to take you like flying up the ranks, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But I value mechanics to be the one thing that like gives the most result. So that's why I always focus on it first, because I think you'll see the most results from mechanics. But to answer your question, I honestly don't know. Like it really like I think it could be possible in 2 months, 3 months. It could also be like if you I think 3 months is a good point to aim for, though. I definitely think it's like possible to do in that.
Okay. Okay.
If you're doing one session a week, 3 months is a good amount of time. Like I think 12 sessions is basically enough to make a jump like that. Potentially. At least get you to the skill to be that level. If it takes a little bit of time because of RR gains and playtime and stuff like that.
Right.
But
Okay.
yeah.
So the understanding of the game, it's possible in 2 to 3 months, but how quickly can I implement that? And, how does everything play out in the
There's
actual
also a bit
ranked
of luck
jungle?
in it as well.
Yeah,
You know what
exactly.
I mean? Like, there's a lot of factors, so it's hard to answer. But I think I would have you if you did a session a week with me for 12 weeks. I definitely think by the 12th week you would be more than good enough to compete really well in a Radiant lobby.
Okay, cool.
So
That's very promising. I will
yeah, no.
definitely, as far as our session just went, I
Hmm.
think I will definitely be booking with you again in the future. But to
Hmm.
give you a broader perspective of my goal with the series and
Hmm.
the YouTube side of things, I plan on basically trying as many coaches as I can without breaking my bank account. Now, I know my priority should be ranking up, but for the sake of YouTube and content, I want to make a coaching series and kind of say, okay, this is what I like from this coach, this is what I didn't like from this coach, and kind of
Hmm.
break it down into, okay, here's the value this person brings, here's, what wasn't so great. And eventually, when I do get to Radiant and hopefully climb to top 100 and maybe top rank 1, I can coach myself, which is a goal of mine. So getting all these different perspectives from other coaches helps me. And who knows, maybe a year or two from now we'll be business partners. I think I will be looking at these coaches and saying, okay, I really like these 3 coaches. Maybe we can work out
Mhm.
some kind of business deal once I have a platform and an audience of my own, and I can kind of come to these coaches and say, hey, do you want to work together?
Yeah, no, that's fair. I just fear that my fear for you as a player that wants to get Radiant is learning, being taught the wrong things. Honestly, there's a lot of coaches teaching a lot of stuff that is not right. Uh, and I've had a lot of students that I've had to 180 because of bad habits, but they've actually been taught to do. And like that's my only that's something I'd just be careful of. So definitely like I'll do a lot of background research into like if you can on every coach that you book and just take a little look at their like experience and reviews and stuff like that because like just really try like not get the like coaching that's going to make you worse almost if that makes sense.
Totally. Yep.
It is possible.
The second coach I worked with, his name was Coach Ruin. I really liked what he had to say in our session. But
Mm-hmm.
he illustrated on that exact same point. He said, I think it's great that you want to do the coaching, but I understand the goal of doing it for YouTube, but just be careful not to get too many different opinions because, a lot of perspectives can conflict each other and just not work in your benefit.
I think that's a good thing once you're smart enough in game to understand where you want to be on the lines on the different perspectives, but when you don't know and you're sort of coming in looking to sort of improve, I'd say it's hard because you're not going to be able to filter out the stuff you don't want, in my opinion.
Right. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. But I definitely will be working with you again in the future. I think this
Yeah,
was.
no problem. I wish you the best for your series, and I hope it goes really well for you. And if you want to do any more sessions or anything like that, just let me know.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I'll be reaching out. Do you want me to send the VOD through Google Drive, or is there an easier way to do it?
Yeah, that would be good.
Sure. Yeah. Cool, man.
All right, perfect. Well, I'm gonna head off, and I'll speak to you soon.
Yeah. Thank you
Let me
very
know how you're
much.
doing, and I'll send that video. I won't forget. If I do, just remind me.
I
I just
appreciate
need
it
to get it on my phone. So
for sure. I appreciate that. And yeah, thanks for letting me yap your ear off. I appreciate you extending the session a little bit.
no worries. No worries. All right. See you later.
All right, man. Thanks for your time. Have a good night.
You too. Bye.
Later, man. Okay. W coach Benzki. That was a very valuable session compared to the other coaches. Not to put the other coaches down in any way, but the value I got out of that, you were Tracy. If you're here, you were 100% right. That was definitely. I've worked with 7 coaches now, including Bensky. Definitely the most value I got out of any coaching session. So W Bensky, I gotta make sure to send him the VOD. I gotta make sure to leave him a review on Medify. That was a great session. Let's go over these notes quickly, and then I don't know. I guess I'll play now. I want to play now, but I don't know. I don't know. Let's go over the notes. What's up, Mons? Tell us got a 1v1 me, C long. I'll 1v1 you, C long. I'll put you down, buddy. All right, crosshair placement way too tight all the time. That was the number one thing we got from this session was the crosshair placement. It was really, really fucking bad. I'm shocked how bad it was. But the fact that he could point it out every single round was valuable because it showed me all the different scenarios where I was using bad crosshair placement. So that was huge. Understanding you need to find value, so don't give away your info. I understand that. What he means by that is, well, exactly what he said. But there was a situation where I was like jump peeking a short, whereas if they come a short, they're just gonna make a bunch of noise. So why tell them exactly where I am? And what util I have to counter them when I can just play safe, take contact off of util, and then go from there. Satcheling into close choke points and slow down the execute more, but get in faster. Yeah, okay, so I'm satcheling just way too far into the open. I need to pick little pockets and safe areas where I can satchel versus just satcheling into the open, unless I have a shotgun. And also get in faster. So don't waste my time, you know, backing up and getting a good peek. Just, you know, jump peek and start running it down when we are rushing. Let the entry come in and then counter utility. So instead of nading off of a Raynalier, wait for someone to get out of the choke point and then throw my nade so I can isolate Reyna. Don't waste nade so easily. That goes perfect with that last point. Take your time in clutches. Don't just run at them. Methodically plan where they could be. Take your time, clear things properly. That one's pretty self-explanatory. Play advantage is a lot safer. That is another thing. I was talking about benzki with this. I will know things about the game. When you're in a 5v4 or 5v3, obviously, if you're in high elo, you know not to take a fight unless it's with a teammate or it's very favorable and you're just going to win it. Whatever. It needs to be you're not throwing away your advantage in a numbers situation where you have a 5v4 or a 4v3 or whatever. Make them work for it. Like take a 2v1 or, you know, play off an ult or something. Like only take fights that are super favorable when you're up numbers, or else it's very troll. And that's something I know, but I watch my games back and I go, you know, you didn't do that very well at all. Great notes. He touched on the very important points, which is exactly what I want. He sent them right away, which was cool. W benzki. Let's stop the recording here so we can send this to him so he can use it for whatever he wishes.